Hey folks, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. This is Suzy Meadows and it is December 5th, 2022. I cannot believe we're into December already. Time is just flying, man. Hey, I tell you what, as you come on and join me, if you would, hey Ruby, glad you're joining me. Let me know you're joining me and where you're from. I'm here in central Indiana and it's, I think today we had a high of maybe 40, something like that. A little gray overcast, but thankfully it was not spitting rain or snow either way. So, but hey, today I am going to show, I've got 4 or 5 different projects, but don't worry, we won't be here all day. I'm actually only going to show how to create one of the projects, and it's a gift card holder. You know, I know we're here at Christmas time, and so I don't know about you, but my family, they really like gift cards and cash. They're older, so they're not looking for toys and things like that. So, but anyway, but yet I'm not making a Christmas card or a Christmas project, but you can always do your own twist and figure out how to do that with whatever stamps you've got. But I tell you what, like I said, I am live. This is my normal Monday Facebook Live. I'm going to check on my iPad and make sure that I am live. And no, I got something funky on my iPad. Let's try this again. Here we go. So, oh, good. Yes, it looks like we are. I am on the right page, and that's wonderful. Oh, I see I need to get my volume down. Hey, Terry, I am so glad you made it to a live. How you doing? Hope everything's well in Iowa and Rustic Barns. Hey, gang, I'm going to turn you down pretty quick here. And like I said, we're going to get crafted. And this is actually started with the color challenge. Brandy Cox, who is my upline, she challenges us each month to make a card with 3 colors. And they may be colors that you normally don't put together. I actually wouldn't think to put these together, but I'm glad I did. I really like them. So I'm going to turn you down. So that means I'm going to get up close and personal. You know how that goes. I'm actually going to, I'm going to move my camera a little bit here. And maybe so here. There we go. I'm still working out my lights, my cameras, everything. It's still a little funky for me. So, but you should be able to see my workspace now. I see I need to move some things a little bit more. You would think I would have it figured out, but no, I don't. And hey, gang, I will cover announcements at the end. But just to let you know, Thursday is my last class here at Lebanon, the face-to-face class at 3 or 5:30. So, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Because like I said, we'll do announcements at the end. But I do want to get my water out of the way, get my iPad out of the way. Okay, these are the colors that the challenge was with Seet Sorbet, which is this really pretty pink, Cherry Cobbler, and Mossy Meadow. And the first thing I like to do is pull out my goodies. So definitely I pull out my paper, my ink, and then I figure out what stamps I'm going to use later. But these are the goodies that I have in these colors, the Stampin' Up markers and the ink. So now when I do that, so I've got my colors. So then I start thinking, okay, what stamps haven't I used lately? Or maybe what classes am I getting ready to work on? And I'm in the midst of designing Thursday's class. I know some people would have them already done, but I don't. By working full time, I do this at the evening. So, but anyway, so gift cards. So I thought, okay, I want to do some gift cards. Well, first, besides, I look at the goodies that I have. So we're going to scoot these over just a little bit here because I'm actually going to be using these things. Not everything, but several of them. So the first thing I did, looking at my paper, this is my first project. And because I just wanted to focus on paper, what can I make with the paper? And here's my Mossy, here's my Cherry Cobbler, and this card base is the Seet Sorbet. So, but now, and I knew I wanted to use this punch. I had not used it very often lately. and that is the rectangular, the postage. And so I've got that, and I knew I wanted to use this other. I love my punches. You guys know that. The bow punch. So these are the two that I was going to use. Well, and then I just purchased these new dies. These are the split card texture dies, and I hadn't had a chance to use them at all. So, you know, that's why I chose to do this. So I knew I wanted that, and I knew I wanted the pretty foliage, but I didn't know what sentiment. So the first thing I do is I punched, and so I have a negative, and I'm not sure what sentiment. So I pulled out Peaceful Moments, and I started looking. Ooh, happy birthday goes there, sympathy, thank you. Several of these actually would work. But then I also got to looking, and it's like, you know, I have got some new goodies. As a demonstrator, we get to pre-order, and with Celebration, we get some free goodies. And this is one that I had got, and it's the Beautifully Happy. And this is actually only 85% on the image because there's so many images. Oh, you can see what I've been doing. But so I used this to figure out which stamp set I could use. And that's why I chose to go with For a Feel Better Kind of Day. But because I wanted some Get Well cards and Thinking of You cards. So that's why I chose that. Well, hey, Ruby. So cool. You're 25 miles west of me. You are not very far at all, woman. Excellent. So that was a fun one. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple other creations, and then we're actually going to create one. So let me get these things out of the way. So that was my first card that I worked on with those colors. The next, I thought, you know, I have got this stamp set out. What if I go ahead and stamp these images? And that's where I came up with this one. And so this is a two-step stamping. And so I stamped with the Seet Sorbet. Well, first I stamped with the black, with our black memento, because I wasn't sure if I was going to color in or stamp it, but I decided to stamp. So, and then with the Mossy Meadow, I did the leaves. See, there's a set here for the leaves, and then here's for the flowers. I did that in Seet Sorbet. And then up here, that's what this little baby is. I did that in the Cherry Cobbler. And I thought like that looked pretty good. White with just a little bit of cherry cobbler sticking out there. So that was another possibility. And I haven't decided which one I'm going to submit, but these are the ones I'm playing with. And so then I got going on my gift cards. Whoops, sorry, dropped my dies. And so then I thought, you know, what if I pull out a stamp set I've not used in a while? And that was this one, the Cup of Tea. And I decided here to make my own designer series paper. And so with the stamps, I used the flowers, and here's another flower, and I used that little leaf. And that's how I just stamped on here with the three colors. There's my Cherry Cobbler, my Seet Sorbet, and my Mossy Meadow. And I made my own designer series paper. And then here's the tea cup. I went ahead and stamped that, and I did go ahead and die cut that. And I did die cut a flower in Cherry Cobbler, and this little tag, Enjoy, which is also from right there. Then I decided, you know, I want a label here. And so what I decided to do, once again, being a demo, one of the fun things is we get some of these some new goodies. This is in the new catalog that starts in January. And gang, those of you that have purchased from me, you'll be getting this. So don't worry, I've already got them ordered for you. But so I decided to use this die right here. And so that's how I have this right here. Now this is a gift card holder. And so what I did, I just scored at 2 inches. So when I have, okay, you have just let me get a colored piece of paper. Here we go. We'll go with the first one I've got. Okay, Smoky Slate, 8.5 by 11. And so in this case, I just cut it straight down the middle. And this is what I got. Okay, so then I folded it in half, and that's where we get this. And then what I did, on one side, I scored it 2 inches. So I just came here and scored, came over. It always helps if I look at our measures, and scored it right here and folded it back. In fact, let me just show you real quick. Then we're going to get going on the card that I'm actually going to show you how to do. So once again, here's our card. And I'm just going to I'm going to open it up and set this on the 2 inches right there. And I'm going to make sure I'm using my scoring tool and not my cutting tool. And here we go. Here is a gift card holder. And then we'll glue this down. But so this is just to me, this is the easiest gift card holder you can use. So, but let me get creating really quick. So, because I don't want to keep you all day. But these are the 3 I did want to show you that I had already made. And I may submit them for the card challenge. We'll see. So let me get these out of the way because now we're really going to get creating. So let me just get these back out of the way. Okay, so what we are going to do is, this is the card we're going to make. Okay, got to roll up my sleeves. They're in the way. So what I have got is, this is just a 1/4 sheet of paper. So once again, this 8.5 by 11, this is just a 1/4 sheet. I just sliced, and here's my sheet. Okay, now I went ahead and ran this through I've not used this before, but I ran this through the Mossy Meadow embossing folder. I thought this would be very appropriate, singing, songs, music, and there's a bird. So that's why I chose to go this way. So this is what we're going to create together. Okay, so let me get some stuff out of the way. So now, what I've got is, I've got a template for you, and I will make sure I post this. This is actually, if I untie this is my gift card holder. Oh, where's my gift card? Shoot, where did I put that? I thought I had that. Oh, here we go. Here's one that I've just sort of teased. This is the right size. I've got one. I've just got to find it. I thought I'd put it in here. But so there's your gift card. So here you go. And so this is not a Christmas one. This is more, so I did it for a birthday wishes. So, okay, so let's get going. So this is what we are making. So here's my template. So 3 7/8 by 8 3/4. Here, okay, that's already scored. So let's get one that's not. And we will score this together. So I've got to scoot it up just a little bit so I can see. So my first line is I'm going to score at 2.5 inches. So here I'm putting it at 2.5 inches. Once again, making sure I've got my scoring. Okay, and then I need to score it at 5. Make sure it's all the way up there. And then 7.5. That's why I like these trimmers, because the arm comes out. So we are just going to scoot you over to 7.5. Once again, just scoring. Okay. So we are done with that. Get our trimmer out of the way. Okay. And this is going to be where my gift card is. This is going to come down. And this is going to go up. Okay, so now what we've got here is, let's decorate this front. So I am using the Garden Birdhouses. I've not used this set in a while. So we're going to pull this out, and I need let me see. I've got my, over here, I've got my, here we go. Got my leaves, my branch. So we're just going to ink this up. There we go. And I want it coming off the side. So I think I'm going to go just like that. Press down. It's a larger stamp, so make sure it go in the middle. Perfect. So that's off to the side. Now I have the little, I'm saying this is a cardinal, and I'm going to use my Seet Sorbet. Now this is a little ink spot. I actually have it also in the larger size, but I like using my little ink spots because when I travel, that makes it really easy for me to travel. So we're done with that. And now the hello, I'm going to use my cherry cobbler. Okay, so we're going to ink this up really good. And I think I want hello right here. Okay, perfect. So now here I put a birdhouse and some foliage, some grass, and birthday wishes. So let's go with the birdhouse. I'm going to do it in my black memento because I'm going to move some ink around. And so I went with my memento to be able to do that. And I think I'm done with that. Now, birthday wishes, I think I'm going to use my Seet Sorbet this time. So, okay. And I think I will put it right there. Perfect. Okay, now I think I want some grass. So I'm going to ink up. Now I don't want it to come over here on my next page. So I'm going to come to right here. There we go. And I'm going to get some grass and go there. And I'm doing a second generation just to give it some variety. And maybe one more here. There we go. I think that works good. Okay, so here we go. Now, for the gift card, I wish I could find my other gift card. I have got it tucked away someplace, I know. Oh, I bet I know where I put it. But it will show you so much. Yes, it will show you so much better. So, here we go. Now, this fits perfectly, but I like to make it really easy to get in. So I just pick whatever punch I have. If you have a circle punch, that's what I used to have. We don't have those now. So I just use the Label Me Lovely. And I just put it in just a little bit. Just enough like that. I just think it gives it a little bit of a variety here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to glue down here on the corners. Just a little bit. I like using the multi-purpose. Gives me a little bit of time. Hold it down. There we go. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to add some color. Okay, and I see that my camera is falling down. I thought I had it tight, but obviously not. So there we go. That's okay. It is what it is, isn't it, gang? We'll get it back over here. Sorry. Okay, so let's go with, I want to add some color. Oh, here we go to show you what this does. This will go just like that. Perfect. Now I'm going to color. Now initially, I had looked at using my markers. It's just a small area. But I decided, nope, it's too dark. In fact, on this one, if you look, to me, that's too dark. I want the lighter. So what I chose to go with is, let's get some of these things over here so you can see. I instead chose to go with a blender pen. So, and what I did, got a couple ways. I could go right off here, off my inking spot. Or like I said, I do have my larger size. Well, if you press these in the middle, you will get some ink right up here. And in fact, I've done some watercoloring in the past. So I'm going to make sure my blender pen is clean, and it is. And I'm just going to come in and get, as you can see, I'm just getting, I'm not taking, I'm not taking gobs of time. I just want a little bit of green. So there we go. I like these color challenges because I would not think to put these colors together. I love them now that I've seen them, and now that I've tried it, I will do this again. Do some other colors. When I looked at this, it first screamed Christmas, and then I thought, you know, let's make some non-Christmas and see what it's going to look like. Okay. Now you can see these are actually pretty light, but I wanted it light rather than dark because I wanted to be able to see the artist did such a good job of giving us some definition of these leaves. So there, I think that's pretty good. Just do a little bit in here and here. Now, I think I'd like to color my bird just a little bit. Well, I'm not done with the green. Let's go ahead and finish this green. Now, if I touch this, like I touched my pad, you will notice it's much darker because I get a lot more ink, which is what I want to do. And I am just outlining the roof of my birdhouse. Okay. And then this is how you clean your blender pen. And now I'm just gonna, there we go. Okay, cool. Okay, so I think I may want just a little more through here. Okay, now let's go with this. Make sure it's clean here. It's dark, but it says it's clean. So I can come here and you see how I'm making this bird pink just by using some of that ink. But now if I wanted to make it a little darker, I could tip this into my, you see how that's making it darker? Cool. Okay, now I think I want to decorate, you know what I mean? I want to color my birdhouse. Make sure my blender pen's clean. And I think I want to use some reds. This is some of the cherry cobbler. I want it to look like there's a shadow underneath here. And maybe down here there's a shadow. So I'm actually just using this to outline a little bit. Okay, now I want to try my Seet Sorbet. So I'm going to clean this up. And I wonder if I have some in here. Oh, I do. Look at that. There, I've got a bunch. Actually, Terry, I forget that I have my blends. They are right behind me, but I forget so often. So, but here, I'm just grabbing a little bit. I don't want it real dark. Some people might say I'm scribbling just a little bit, but that's okay. Now, I want to give it, to me, some of this green might look a little bit like some moss. So I'm going to add some green just a little bit throughout. I don't know about you, but the north side of my house used to get a lot of moss on it. And so I think this just will give us some different variety here. And there we go. I think I want a little more up here. So there we go. So that is some really quick coloring with our ink and using a blender pen. So let me close these up so I don't put my finger in it or throw a finished project in there. I don't know about you, but I have done that several times. More times than I want to count. Okay. So here we go. So we've got this. Now, we are ready to put this together. So we have got, here is our base. I'm pulling it over here. And, well, I want to make sure, I'm going to get my bone folder and I'm going to do just a little more creasing because I realize I've not done a lot here. So, gang, thanks for joining me. I appreciate you watching, or you may be watching the replay. You know you're watching the live when you look up in that corner there and you see the red live button. And my camera keeps drooping. But I don't want to tighten it so tight, you know. So, okay, so we are ready to put this together. Now, I have some other colors. I'm looking for them. I had them out. Oh, dear. I've got extra papers over here. Let me pull things out. There we go. Get these out of the way. Here's one piece I was going to use. And here's the other. Okay. So, I think I want this to go here. Oh, look, that needs to be trimmed. Well, let's just do a little bit of trimming really fast here. Get my trimmer over. Okay, and I'm eyeballing. You know, sometimes I will go with a true template, have exact sizes. I try to give you guys the sizes, but I tend to wing it a little bit. So that works really good. I want to layer it like that. Now I want to layer it on my cherry cobbler. Can I do that? Yes, I can. So here we go. So we're going to layer it just like that. And trim it. There we go. Okay. So we've got our pieces. Now, this is going to be hidden. Both of these are. This is going to go right here. Well, I don't want to waste the paper. It's going to be totally hidden. So I have a habit. My punch drawer is right below me. And I pull out a punch. And I go ahead and punch for something else, a project later. So I don't need this now, but I don't want to waste that paper. So there we go. So I now have 2 extra punches for later. And I tell you, I don't know if you've seen that. What punch was that? I just put it away. It is the lasting label punch. And I tell you, these look really pretty when they are put on top of each other. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So, but anyway, this is here for next go around, for next project. Okay, so let's put these together. And I always like having my silicone mat because I get a little rambunctious with my glue sometimes. So I think I want it on this side. And this is not Elmer's glue. So yes, it may look like I have a lot, but I'm moving this fast. So there's actually not a lot of glue on here. It's a very thin piece, streak, thin line. There we go. So I'm going to put that right in the middle. Now, I will tell you, I made this card earlier and I goofed so many times. I forgot to put the ribbon on. And so it was a challenge to figure that out. So you can see this ribbon is going this way. Well, on this card, I wanted it to go this way. So to do that is, I've got to be able to put I need my ribbon, and I'm just using the seam binding, the Whisper White crinkled seam binding. And it's going to come here, and I want to be able to tie a bow, so I'm giving myself plenty of room there. So actually, now that I have that in the way, I'm just going to go ahead and glue this down. And I like using glue on this because this mossy green is embossed, and so it's got grooves. Well, the liquid glue will hold it very well. It will connect. Okay, so now what I did, I want this to go about right here. Well, there may be an easier way, but I like using my tear and tape for the ribbon. So I just took it off here, and I know I want it right here. So I'm just going to put that right there. Put it on here. And then with my pokey tool, I take it off, release the cover off. It always helps if I work on a flat surface instead of trying to do it in the air. There we go, peel that off. And then once again, this is where my silicone mat, because I can lay that and I can pull it right back up. If I put that on paper, it's done. We're over. So, okay, I want to make sure I have plenty of space, and I do. So I'm going to go right there. Okay, and so now, oh, that wasn't bad. I was sort of accurate there. Okay, now I'm going to glue this down. But this is really tacking it down for me is what I'm doing. Okay, so now we are ready to put it right on. And I'm just going to center. There we go, and press it down. And it's a liquid glue, so it needs a moment to get tacky. So, hey, Janet, glad you're joining me. This is on Monday, so you worked today, didn't you? You'll be heading, I'm sure you'll be heading south soon. So, but I'm glad you're joining me. I'm showing one of the cards. It's a gift card holder, but it's not a Christmas card holder. So, and here's where we've got that. So now we're ready to close this up. So, but I'm going to go ahead and get this out here. So to close it up, I think the easiest way is just to tie a bow. And I'm going to tie it fairly loose because the recipient's going to have to, oh, I didn't show you guys on these. This here is actually where you could sign it, or you could sign it down here, or you could put a white piece of paper and sign it on the back. So, but let's go ahead and get this baby tied up here. And I'm doing a bow because I want them to be able to get into it. Okay. But you know how it is. When you have people watching you, you can't tie bows. There's a lot of things you can't do when there's the pressure. Oh, the pressure. And that's okay. There we go. So I have my bow. There we go. Okay. So what we've got, gang, is here is our example. This was our original. And oh, I didn't show you. But did you see that shiny stuff? That's the glistening. That is the Week of Stella. I don't know if you like the glitter pen, but I like it because it just makes it stick out a little more. So there you go. So this is what we created. This is where I started. This is I made over the weekend. It was a Christmas one. Well, I didn't want this to be a Christmas one. So that's why we went this way. So now, remember, this is the template, and I will make sure I post that later on. So, and this is our gift card holder. So this one is a birthday one. Here, let's get some things over here. Okay, so this is our birthday one. And then I also showed just a couple others. Okay, I want to go ahead and dive into just a few announcements while I've got you, gang. These are, let me show you. I'll put these other cards here while I get my announcements ready. These are some, this is the one we made. And these are some of the other examples that I've been working on. Okay. So, gang, this is, if you got any questions, this is where you get a hold of me, craftingwithsuzy.stampinup.net. This is the December host code. And my last class is Thursday. Whoops. Can you believe that? Oh, my goodness. Last class is Thursday. And if you are coming, I need to know by tonight into, tomorrow morning, because then I'll be putting the packages together. And we are going to be doing gift card holders and treat packaging. So let me know if you are interested in that. And like I said, if you have purchased from me, I have already ordered the catalogs. They should be coming soon. So I'll be able to get them to you. And the last thing I wanted to mention is the last chance. Our holiday catalog's going bye-bye. And they have published a list of all the things that are discounted and not. But the red lines, these items are already gone. So if you're wanting something, grab it. Because, you know, it's only while supplies last. So, Okay, gang, thank you so much for joining me. And next time I will figure out this camera so it's not going floating up and down and up and down. But thank you for joining me. This was a color challenge. And the 3 colors I was using was the cherry cobbler, the mossy meadow, and the sweet sorbet. And these are some of the projects I made. Now I just need to figure out which one I'm going to turn in. Hey, I hope you're doing well. I will be back here next Monday, which is, if today's the 5th, then that means it's the 12th. So if 5 o'clock, Facebook Live is my normal time. Or you may have caught this on YouTube. If you like it, make sure you subscribe and hit your notifications, the bell, so you know when I'm going live again. And gang, it's been good chatting with you. Take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.